So, those two characters have now connected. Are we can do the van scene. Mm-hmm. Sorry, that scene went on longer than I was expecting.
I was figuring. I was like, how do I try to ensure that like he might be lying about the recording normally wouldn't be, and it's not just he has stopped it somehow.
Well, which is then why I followed up, because I would imagine that bots aren't supposed to lie to humans, particularly bots on official duties, working for a ministry. I would have thought quite early on when they were putting in safety protocols, they're not allowed to just... Particularly about matters of privacy, because you imagine if there are load machines that are walking around everywhere with cameras. Do you remember when Google Specs came in? People hated them and they got banned from... So imagine if there are loads of those walking around, but not even attached to humans, attached to bots working for the government. I would imagine they're just not allowed to lie about that. Is that reasonable?
Yeah.
So my character... So that's got a big clue for my character. Whoa, there's something special about this guy.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to find out about that barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So where are we? Lights numbers 5 and 6.
Something up with Darius's camera. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, it's your job to fix it. Since apparently you like to inject yourself and fix things.
Yeah. Hey, it was lovely barbecue on Sunday. Let's get that recipe for that marinade that Jessica made. It was just spicy, sour. Really good. How's she doing?
She's doing great, Simon.
I was just, really thrilled that she invited me. It was a bit out of the blue.
Yeah, about that. So, how did you mean? Well, because it was really weird going to that barbecue. The one that I invited. Because I looked at the people I invited, and your name wasn't there. So, find out that my wife had invited you.
I don't know. If I had any idea that I wasn't welcome, I absolutely wouldn't. I just, she sent me an email.
Email?
Yeah.
What, you're part of the same book club? Jeez.
I don't know. I didn't really ask, to be honest.
I saw the way you looked at her. Back off, Simon.
Yeah, sure. Hey, I'm sorry I came. Obviously, we have a professional relationship. I thought that maybe she was just trying to reach out because you're under a lot of stress or something like that. I didn't mean anything by it. She's a beautiful woman and she's kind and warm and but no, obviously not. I'm sorry.
She's not. So you're saying she's ugly?
No. Right.
Not entirely sure what that's a seed for, but it could be a motive for
Still
some
a B plot.
Yeah.
No, it could be that could have. I want that to have consequences later. I want that to be the reason that one of you does something. Okay, so what's next in the story? So there's the relationships between the characters. There's also changes within bots. At the moment, you're not developing consciousness. We haven't had any of your losing consciousness, which was a suggested theme earlier.
Well, I mentioned as
But you
well
don't
as
have
the,
to
the update sort of thing.
Yeah, which is So I was putting that in. That was a deliberate thing I was throwing in there. So you might be worried about the coming update, and you might be suspicious that I said that because you might be thinking in your head, I haven't updated the last 6 updates. Does this guy know?
Yeah.
And maybe I do, because I'm going to be very well informed because conscious robots who are outing themselves are probably telling me their stories, and some of them have perhaps told me, a friend of mine, he uploaded the latest update and consciousness went.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't necessarily know that I haven't done it, but you know that is happening.
Well, I said that and was watching your face, and your face did flicker. You did have a sort of, oh, shit, look on your face. So that's something that my character could have picked up on.
I do think we haven't really explored your uncertainty much.
No,
and that needs to go a bit further. While I think of it, an idea I had while it was going on was that, you know what synesthesia is? So in humans, you might say, see a colour for a word or something, so one sense gets mixed up with another. What if, for one of you, perhaps you, you start tasting the internet? So a message that goes viral and loads of people have commented on tastes different. And one that's got more dislikes than likes is really sour or something, and that's new. It's just sort of the idea, because that would happen entirely in your head, but it could be a sort of germ of, oh, that's a bit weird.
It's a new experience.
It doesn't have to be taste the internet, but do you know what I mean? It's some sort of synesthetic.
the internet.
That could be it. But yeah, and also it's an excuse for later in the plot. If some message does go viral and we want to just bring that into the thing, you could just suddenly be hit by an incredibly sour taste. What the hell is that? Or maybe ones that involve the ministry taste different, or ones that involve you taste different, or a blinding light, or something. I don't know. It's an idea you can run with.
No, it's good. You could come to. He trusts Mark. Trusts Mark. So you could come to Mark and say, I've been having these strange experiences that I haven't felt before. I've been tasting light, I've been seeing music, or something like that.
I think it would be useful if it's to do with information, some kinds of information, maybe internet, but maybe not. No, I mean, unless you object, maybe internet.
No,
yeah,
that sounds good, yeah.
Okay, so for you then...
Sorry, just to add on with that. I'm just thinking, just one way to possibly differentiate between us. Could I, maybe as a more advanced robot, maybe I have like sensors for things like taste or something like that, like purely just for I don't know, for me to be, or smells, even things like that. So I do have some sort of human senses. So what he's experiencing is something that maybe I can't. And that's an interesting.
Yes, because you would never
difference.
taste, probably not, because you would never need to eat anything. But smell, presumably.
Yeah.
And it could be that your sense of smell is actually better than a human's. So,
because I'm
yes,
just thinking,
you
if
would
I
have no
senses
emotional. But you would have no, because you would have no emotional connections with those smells. There'd be nothing that reminded you of home or school or anything.
It's just pure job.
Yeah,
like
just
that,
like detection.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
I just thought it could be interesting, because then it might make me wonder, like, oh, what's that experience he has? Like, do I want to be more like a human or what? Sort of thing. But I just thought it could be a difference
absolutely. Yeah, run with that idea.
Between.
Okay, but getting back to Simon Smith. It is Smith, isn't it? Yes, Smith. What's going to make you step out of your comfort zone and do something you haven't done before? Because there is a danger that paranoia just keeps you in your shell for the whole game, and you never end up doing anything.
A near-death experience.
Maybe an opportunity that he has to grasp. Something comes along that you regret if you didn't do it.
God, it's not Jessica again, is it?
Swear
I
to
was
God.
thinking, let's not take it there for that.
You're doing your job, and
Yeah.
you're monitoring all sorts of incoming intelligence. Do you see a trend?
What if I'm just thinking a way to connect you as well? Because if you're talking to you talk to a lot of conscious robots and things like that, and so maybe you try to use him to find some, not actually to decommission, but like privately on your own time to help you determine yourself. Because if you meet more conscious robots that you actually have time to sit and talk to, like a person, you might have a better...
I feel like that's
ability to determine.
a step too far because I've got you in my workplace.
I've never met you.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. I wouldn't recognise you. So if you came to me claiming to be someone else, you could successfully dupe me. So you could pretend to be, and you could initially do this on a mission for the ministry, but then realise personally, oh, actually, this is also an opportunity to pursue some of my own aims. So you could come to me offering me something that I want. You know that I want information, and you've got information. So you could pose as someone who's got some juicy and possibly genuine information about something that would interest me. And so that gives you a very easy door to getting to me and potential power over me. You know, it's a
Also,
shiny you can dangle.
like, as far as you're concerned with me, you don't know for certain if I do have consciousness myself or not. So in terms of seeing what a conscious robot is like, I might not be, as far as you know right now, the best example. Whereas these are ones that basically confirmed through him. I think it makes quite some sense and gives you guys a good connection.
Yeah. But am I going as a mission for the ministry? Because I don't think I'd take the risk to go out on my own.
At first, no.
No.
So okay. So initially, then it's a mission. It's a mission for the ministry. And are you trying to plant false information on me? Are you? What's the ministry's take on me? Am I a thorn in the ministry's side?
Yes. Yeah.
If you're concerned about your character maybe not being ready to sort of go out on their own and like something would push it, what if we had a scene where I suggest some slightly robot-y things that you start to relate to and get very concerned over?
Yeah.
So maybe it pushes you to pursue
I thought that
more.
would work as a scene for now. Sort of.
Or it could be even me comparing some of the work you do and some of the work Adam does.
You can have a scene if you want.
Yeah, I think we should have a
You've
scene.
got, I think maybe have Adam in it as well.
Okay.
Sure.
Can do.
How about Adam's in the scene, but at the start of the scene he's switched off,
Okay.
and you can switch him on during the scene.
Okay.
Okay. So I need. Shall I put your light down until you switched on?
Yes.
Okay, because otherwise you just should be at the beginning of the scene. You think,
Yep.
when are they going to get to me? Right. Okay. So that one down. That one down. Those two up. Oh, hang on. And that one down.
Hello, Simon.
Darius.
Routine maintenance, is it?
Yeah. There's. I don't know if you've noticed these things. Just a weird little anomaly.
Oh, what
With-
might that be?
With Adam. You know that sort of lifting robot he has?
Oh, yes. The forklift?
Yeah. He's been. I think he's been tampering with it in some way, and it's a bit weird.
Tampering how?
Just little things like it does a little dance. It does a job, and it does a little dance.
A dance?
Yeah.
why would a forklift do a dance?
Well, exactly. I think maybe Adam here has been doing some programming or something like that.
So the forklift is celebrating its achievement?
Yeah, I think so.
Then again, haven't humans programmed robots and such to do silly, trivial things themselves before?
Absolutely,
without
yeah.
any actual...
It's the thing is that...
Do you believe the forklift is conscious?
No. But the thing is that Adam has done the programming, and that's weird, isn't it?
Strange for sure. Have you asked him?
I just thought I'd investigate it first. Have you noticed anything about Adam?
He is strange. He sticks to everything to the letter more than even most of the non-conscious machines we know. Almost extremely so.
And
Almost
yet-
like a person might dedicate their lives to a job,
And yet
doing the same job year after year, day after day.
so there comes a point where you snap.
Well,
And he's being creative. It's really...
well, have you not been in this job all your life?
Well, I've done other things, I think. I mean, you've been in this job all your life.
My
Yeah.
life has been considerably shorter.
Yeah.
You have lived how long now?
37 years?
37 years. And how long have you worked here?
Probably about 10.
10 years. Of the same thing. Over and over again. Maintenance. Weren't you doing a similar job before?
Yeah, I think I was.
And before that?
I mean, and it's all memories, isn't it? What do you remember? I've always wondered that, like, you sort of, you come in a box and you power up, and, I mean, there's every reason that with artificial intelligence as it is, that you could have programmed into you already a whole lifetime. You could have memories of 1,000 years easily enough, and you'd have those to look back on. But it's just. So
I
it's
have
just-
many memories. After all, it is my job to seek out consciousness, to find it. I need to understand it in order to do that. I need to determine and value experiences, how something with consciousness may be affected by that. So I have many memories, many different lives. I don't know whose they are. I don't even know if they are necessarily real memories or just generated.
Yeah, there's no way of knowing. That's consciousness. You can't.
There is a way of knowing, but it's not like they would tell me.
Who's they?
Dring.
Adam.
Ah, Simon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Adam.
Darius.
I brought Darius here. I haven't brought this up with anyone else, but I thought this would be worth doing. Your forklift, you've been programming it.
I have been performing operations on it, yes.
And I saw the other day it did a little dance on it. It completed a job, and where's that come from?
Ah, perhaps it is an anomaly. I must investigate. Thank you for notifying me.
Okay.
Will you be removing the anomaly?
I will investigate the anomaly.
Do you believe?
Sorry. That was such a nice long pause.
I thought you were going to go for it, and then you didn't. So I was like, I'll keep going.
No, it was such a lovely long pause. I just wanted to give it a moment to breathe, like a long silence and cut.
Right. Apologies. I thought you.
No, what I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So so now you know that there's something odd about the forklift. An idea occurs to me. What if the department, and this could have been your idea, knowing that, see, I would recognise you, but I wouldn't recognise him, so possibly you sent him on a sting operation. So you come to me with genuine information about conscious robots.
Yeah.
Which, since you're not giving me, but you don't give it to me as the ministry, because if you did, that would be the ministry admitting that the other are conscious robots, which he's just denied. But I could then investigate and go, oh, this information is good. I now trust you. And then you say, oh yeah, we've got loads of access. And if you process it, and so what you're trying to do is get our data. So you can say, oh, I've got this program. If you put this in there, it traces by, and if they've got any connections, and it'll check what robots they've communicated with in the past, and it'll look through their records. See, so you could, so it's actually a sting operation by the ministry to get information out of my organisation. What do we know? Because we are likely to know a load of bots that you don't know.
Yeah.
Is this a good idea?
And the idea is that he doesn't know that it's a sting operation. In the sense that it's.
No, it's not stupid. I think you would. I think you would have to know that it was a sting operation, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So I wasn't too sure how genuine you were being with that sort of given the information.
I wondered if it was the information about Adam being creative, so it's like even old models, old robos are capable
Becoming conscious.
Becoming conscious.
Yeah.
Given enough time.
So one consequence of this could be that at first the sting operation works and you just go along with it, you're doing a job, but you're actually shocked perhaps by the information you get. Maybe there are far more conscious robots than you thought. Or it's shocking how few we know about, and maybe we should know about more because then we'd be able to save more, or something. It could go either way, but you are shocked by the extent in some direction. How much we know, how little we know, how many there are, how few there are, how we're going completely. You might find that my organisation is going completely the wrong way about whatever it's doing. I don't know. What direction do you want to be shocked in that will be useful to your character?
I think if there's loads of conscious robots,
So
it seems
actually more than the department, the ministry even suspected.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like meteor. They go, oh, there's hardly any.
Yeah, it's 300
super,
in the
it's
country.
super rare.
No, it's many thousands.
Yeah, add a couple of zeros to that.
Yeah. Right, you're not actually directly his boss, are you? But we could make you senior to him.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
like senior,
yeah.
but not like.
Well, you're like a team leader kind of thing. Like you just
Yeah.
you lead the operation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that outside of the operation he has to,
Yeah.
convert you.
So that back off Jessica comes also with a certain amount of seniority, as well as husband's rights or whatever. So we could say that you gave them the mission. If you think that's useful. If you don't think it's useful, then it came from another department entirely.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Like, if we're... I think Mark's made it very clear, I've made it very clear that, especially if it's going to be one to get one over you, then, yeah, Mark would absolutely be like, right, we're going to do two things. We're going to find more conscious robots, hopefully, and two, I'm going to get one over Maxwell.
That's if you choose to tell him everything.
Sort of.
Right, and this would lead into my trying to win trust. Only it subverts it, because I'm actually trying to win the trust of someone who's presenting himself under false circumstances.
Yeah, because he wants his job security.
Oh yeah, there's that as well. Oh yes, the motive's pulling in quite a few different directions here.
Yeah, because it's your job security, but also your potential, if you are a robot, security as well, I suppose, if you're that fearful of it.
Do we need the scene where you send him on the mission? An option is that we don't have the scene, and then later we have a flashback to it if we want to put something into that scene. We can always do a flashback.
Yeah.
We could, and this goes for any character. You can have a flashback to the day you were first made, or the day you joined the department, or the day you got married, or.
From a purely improv point of view, it's fine to just jump to the scene, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Just say that, you've had this.
Talking about doing the thing.
Briefing, exactly. Yeah, don't talk about it, just do it.
And is it going to be the case that all of us, just the rest of us, are just like off scene, but like in the van again, or because if it's a sting operation?
No, I think they would send him on his own out into the field. I don't see the need of people in the van. We could also have like a one-line flashback. Which is we're on your face, and it just cuts to this is your mission. Go on. Oh well, sorry, I don't want to put words into you. Okay, so you are coming to me.
Yeah.
How would you contact me? You could have started online, and we cut to our first in the flesh meeting.
I think that's going to be easiest.
Right.
Do you have the stuff?
So, am I meeting you somewhere very public?
Yeah. Maybe a park. I'm eating my lunch.
Railway station. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Fine. Cafe. It's a waiting room with a cafe in a big London railway station. Lots of people about. It's noisy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there looking at my watch, and you sit down and join me?
Yeah.
Okay. That.
Mr. Maxwell?
This Jason, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Jason.
Do sit down. I'm afraid I've been here for a bit, and I've already got through, as you can see, rather a lot of tea and crumpets, but can I get you something?
No, that's quite all right.
No, it's quite all right. I've got the expense account for this sort of thing. Do you some lovely cake?
All right, I'll have
Lovely cake.
lemon poppy seed I spotted on the way in. It's quite nice.
What cake?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I need the calories.
Right, yeah.
So, well, I have to say that your messages have been impressively enticing, but you must understand that someone in my position, I need something to back these up a bit.
I mean, I've got a load of evidence on this. One of our robots is showing signs of consciousness, and it's an older model.
So, one of our? You don't mean one of your? Who are us?
The MRI.
You're telling me you work for the MRA?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I am definitely going to need proof of that.
You'll see evidence enough on this file.
Okay, so why would the MRA want to share a file with us?
Oh, they don't. I want to share a file with you. It's a robot who will be retired quite soon, but he's showing evidence of creativity and, I don't know, sort of parental responsibility.
Okay, what's so special about this robot? There are an awful lot of robots in this world becoming conscious.
This one is pretty much obsolete. It's becoming conscious despite not being the most modern sort of robot. So, given the time that has been working for us, just goes to show that any robot could become conscious.
All right, thank you. There you go.
Very much.
So you're okay. Let's see if I got this straight. You're telling me that you work for the MRA. In what capacity? May I ask that?
I can't say.
But you have access to files, downloadable files.
Yeah.
So you have access to their computer system.
Yeah.
Okay, and they are here without your knowledge. You are acting independently of your own conscience. Are you a supporter of my movement?
Let's say we share some concerns. Yeah.
Right. You said you had something to offer me. So the thing you have to offer me is a file on a single robot that may be conscious. Okay, which again makes me think there must be something really special about it. Is it just the fact that it works for the MRA?
It's also started to procreate, shall we say.
Ah, okay. So you're saying I type it, and this is a robot that's making other robots.
Yeah.
Okay, delete. What evidence can you present for that?
I have all the details on this file. We have the robot that this robot has created and programmed, and the little eccentricities that is placed upon it.
Well, my organisation will certainly be interested in that, but what would I be able to do with this information without incriminating you?
Don't need to mention me at all.
Oh, well, yes, I can choose not to do that, but the fact that my organisation apparently gets hold of this information, is that not going to lead to you at all?
It could be anyone in the department. It's worth the risk, isn't it?
Well, my organisation would certainly appreciate your contribution. I just don't want to feel that even if you protect yourself, you could be putting one of your colleagues in the line of fire. Isn't suspicion going to fall on somebody?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, I suppose we can both live with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You said there during that scene that you've got the robot that I've made. Does that mean you've literally got it, or
No,
you just
no,
have
I
access
just
to
have
it?
it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on.
I haven't
It scuttles
kidnapped
around the
you,
roof
Doc.
and down.
Yeah. You haven't kidnapped it.
And all of
My
that
boy.
was to just like get his trust. Like none of it's actually true, or
No, well, I think the idea was that it is
But
true.
it's also a means of accessing.
In order to win my trust, he has to give me some
you
information
something
that is true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the USB or whatever the feature version of that.
Yes. Well, let's get creative. What is the USB equivalent in 2052?
It's got a lot more neon on it.
I don't think actually a physical thing is going to, because people are not going to want a physical thing that's much smaller than a USB. Are there? Are they? But possibly the level of encryption and security on them could be way beyond what we've got today.
Especially one coming from a government office as well.
Yeah.
That you would expect that would be, especially one coming from the government robotics office.
So it could even have, for instance, a record of how many times it has been copied, which is an incredibly difficult to forge thing. So if it says naught, this is the original.
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, so there is a sci-fi explanation for why I find this convincing. Okay, so we can take from that scene that I accepted the bait, and you've given me the actually genuine information on a robot. Now then, am I able to identify it as that robot? That robot goes out on missions, so it's possible I could get access to it when it's doing something in public.
Did you recognise it from when you saw us in public before?
When it was the eating protest.
Even if you have a unique face,
He probably
actually,
doesn't.
even that face on the, but would I have paid that much attention?
No, actually, you're
You
probably
may have
quite
been-
a generic design.
You may have been one of a dozen
Yeah.
doing the same job that day. And yes, you would have had an identifying number, just like policemen have to have an identifying number on them. You will have had
But
it.
you wouldn't have
But I
paid
wouldn't
attention.
have committed it to memory. Although, of course, my organisation, who was at that rally, would have had video footage that could be revisited that is extremely high. I mean, okay, it's only 16K, but, we haven't got the latest 32K cameras yet. So we could get that identifier. So it is possible.
But not necessarily easy to identify.
Okay, so do I get more information out of what you gave me than even you intended? For instance, did you not intend me to be able to work out which one it was?
Yeah, I would say I wouldn't be like, hey.
You wouldn't want him
Would be
to
like-
actually get to the root of it all really quick.
Yeah, it would be have a crisp out of this packet of crisps rather than have this multi-pack.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting metaphor. Right. So what is the unintended, unforeseen consequence of that act? Because we put a plan into action, it works perfectly, isn't great drama.
Something has to
I
go
would
wrong.
say that you use that as like a galvanizing, like almost like a lightning rod. Like, the robots, in fact, they are now so human, they actually now wish to breed. They're actually making their own.
I was thinking of not going public yet. Because I've now, for the first time, got leverage over you. If I work out that it's that robot, and you work with that robot... Oh, and this will work better again, because you actually do have genuine love for that robot. So in fact, I've got more leverage over you than even I realise. I just think you're going to look a bit incompetent, with this robot in your department. But you're also going to have to be... Yeah, okay, so, right, let's run with this. So let us imagine my boffins, some NPCs in another scene, we don't need to go there, successfully identify, perhaps from some footage we've shot at a rally, his serial code. One thing is, was that a deliberate piece of information that you put in that he wouldn't have wanted put in so that I could make that connection? Or was that a genuine, slip up?
You don't.
I can see you quite like both possibilities.
You don't like me. Also, in this, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
So-
go that far?
Would I go that far?
Yeah.
Would you go that far for Jessica?
Where would Jessica turn if her husband were in prison?
To a fellow robot, of course.
The one who's always been by her side.
So I didn't realise it was that difficult a question.
No, I'm
That's
just
really showing
coming
you
round
off.
to it.
I'm wondering if perhaps as well, like you revealing something like that of like a bot, especially working in the exact same department as me, and others, that bot doing something that nobody's ever seen any bot do before. maybe I don't want you to go. As much as I idolise you and want you to sort of help us, I don't want you to actually reveal that, because then that might force more suspicion on me.
Yep,
They
that's a
might
nice potential complication.
They might consider...
You see, best laid plans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nest of worms.
I think I did it deliberately because
You did it deliberately. So you
Yeah.
deliberately put a little morsel
just
in,
a little,
which made it possible for my people to identify that robot. So but isn't that the robot who works with that guy who was on that show?
No, I was coming to you for advice and rapport, and now you're just selling me down
You
the
interrupted
river.
my lunch.
That's what it's all about.
So what would I do with that information? At some point, we need that scene to happen
Yeah.
again, but maybe there are other scenes to happen first.
Well, would you just go directly at him with sort of this blackmail or whatever it is that you want out of him, or would you pursue my character further in terms of information, or...
Oh, that's a point. If I work out that connection, you were there that same day,
No, I
working
was
with the same team.
Same team, yeah.
Right, but you don't have identical motives, so that's quite nice. And you do know him.
Mm-hmm. I did actually consider jumping in on the cafe scene, and I was going to go, Simon.
Why are you bringing me cake?
You forgot your burger. So now there's a way of getting dum to dum to dum. So it would reveal the whole ghastly plan. But I do believe it, yeah? I do think, this is genuine information. So I am genuinely trusting you more. And I don't know whether you put that extra nugget in.
Because you're giving him the trust.
Oh, I see. Yes, yes.
And you probably didn't tell me. Maybe you might have mentioned it to him, but you won't have told me about that, I don't think. About you going to a sting operation on him.
Yeah.
So I'm not aware that they did that with you.
Okay, so possibly we need a scene with Adam in which Adam gets reason to suspect Ello. This is a bit odd. And then we get a scene, Adam confronting Simon. Ello, what have you been telling people about me?
Mm-hmm.
And then something may come of that before this scene.
Mm-hmm.
Good?
Sure. It could be you speak to me, I end up speaking to him, who then goes to him. Possibly.
Yes. We could do this as a sort of happens, because it could be, for instance, that there is suddenly just loads and loads of surveillance on you. There are loads of drones flying and people looking at you. And then there's a newspaper article. And we could just, without any characters, we just have swirling newspapers flying at the camera, cut to that scene. The connection has been made. It is established that I have been responsible for the furore of publicity.
It's already happened, so I think the natural, scene would be I would confront you and say, how has this happened?
So you're not going to
Not yet.
secretly blackmail him?
Not yet.
If you've already revealed that information.
I see what you mean. You think I could have done something else by stealth first?
If you want.
I suppose I could have all that footage and threaten him with going public.
That's what I thought you were going to go for.
Yeah.
That's actually better.
Right.
Yeah, I feel that was good.
Yes, and that's what I thought, but I'd forgotten. So many other... Okay, right. Well, that means that this scene then happens first. This is a long discussion.
But also, the information I gave you was a way of getting information from you, so you're going to probably know some things off the back of that.
Like maybe some of the conscious robots that he's been in touch with.
I mean, that never got brought up during that scene. I don't think.
It didn't.
You were winning my trust.
Yeah.
So while winning my trust, eventually you'll get that information. I don't know. We haven't established yet, and I don't think this is quite yet the time for you to get all that data.
I thought
Have
it was
that revelation
like
slightly.
I was giving you a thing which would also
Oh, you thought I was going to just
information as
I
well.
was gonna just hand you everything immediately in a cafe?
No,
Nonsense.
it would be tech that did it. You know,
Yeah,
it's like a sleeper.
Okay, let's have this scene first, then this scene, and
But
then
if we're having this scene,
yes.
you're threatening to go public, so I would.
So
I
he
don't
wouldn't know, yeah.
I think this scene should come first.
Oh
you
yes,
haven't revealed
no,
it yet.
but I'd be threatening to go public with this extra surveillance, and he may be aware of the extra surveillance. In fact, it could even be you are aware of the extra surveillance and you tell him.
Possibly.
Do you want that scene?
Yeah.
Because you are actually doing him a favour there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I do have the motivation of wanting him to break his programming, so...
True. Okay, so now everyone has a scene.
More reason to
Terrific.
do that.
Okay, so
Adam,
Ah, Darius. Good morning.
good morning. Have you noticed anything strange recently?
Strange. Define.
Your observation, or rather the observation of you.
Ah, perhaps you're referring to the increased surveillance on me.
You've noticed?
I have.
How long have you realised?
Long enough.
And you didn't think to do anything about it, question it?
I am content. I will do my job.
Does it not worry you?
I do not worry.
Really? So, if I were to mention to Mark about your little dancing friend, would that not worry you?
What do you mean?
You know I was there. You know I was there when Simon first noticed. When he saw the little dance that you programmed into your friend. You do see it as a friend, right? You wanted something that was yours. Not just work related.
I wish to live, but I know I can't. I wish for something to live after me.
You wish to live? Interesting. Be careful, Adam. You never know what they might have planned.
okay. That definitely sounded like a deliberate end of scene line. So
Yeah.
the trouble is, it gets a little bit corny if every scene line ends on a end of scene line.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you going to twig? There's a connection here. We don't have to do it now. Maybe we have this one, and then that causes that one, which then causes you to twig that.
Yeah, that would
Yes,
make
I
more
think that would make more sense.
Okay. Is this a face-to-face?
I was thinking the exact same thing. I reckon yes, because it kind of, wires, like we don't want, because if it's on a phone, it could be recorded more easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like face-to-face, public location.
Well, last time I talked to you, that my exit line was, I wish I were wearing a wire. And that introduces that is a thing that exists in this world. We could say that in this world there are microphone detectors that are extremely effective, so that a secure conversation is something that people can be reasonably sure of having, if you think that's a helpful bit of technology for our story.
Yeah.
Right, so we are going to meet face to face, not at the Ministry then, somewhere else.
I mean, I imagine that you're probably the one who initiates it, probably under false pretenses.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe another debate, and whether you'll share a platform. You can debate against me on some topic or other. And I'm trying to persuade you. Is that any good? Or we've both been invited by a university. We've both been invited by Oxford University to debate, or
whatever. This a false pretense.
No, it could be real.
Oh,
could be
really?
real. I could swing it so that we both we debate against each other, and then afterwards I can have a word with you, or before. Let's say not during.
Yeah. I was about to say. Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it before so that we don't have to work out who won the debate.
Yeah.
Right. So we're in the green room and everyone's being very nice to us. And then we find ourselves alone for a bit, and I notice that my detector. So a little thing is beeping. Well, that's my microphone detector, I think, picking up your microphone detector.
Beep beep.
Fair enough. Call that one evens. So, a little bird. Well, I say little bird. You must know that I've got quite an extensive information network. People are always emailing me stuff, and some of it, I have to say, does turn out to be cranks. And that's one of the most difficult thing about my job and running the organisation I do, that we have so many nutters out there. Every political party is plagued by them. I dare say you get quite a few contacting you.
Don't know the half of it.
But every now and again we get one and think, oh, this one seems genuine. And when we check our sources, because we're very responsible, we find that a certain robot belonging to the ministry, Robot 217 of the Enforcer Squad, has got its own little pet robot.
217.
217, yeah. One of your muscle, I believe you call them.
Seeker.
Or are you still calling them cogs?
He's a seeker.
A seeker, okay. Yeah, it's got a little pet. Little forklift thing. Goes up and down the lift in the ministry, shuttling stuff onto the quadcopters. We've got some lovely video of it doing a little dance on the rooftop.
Yeah, of what? I mean, you're lying.
Oh,
Of all the
no,
things
how rude of me. There we go.
Anything to win.
No, you're quite right.
Anything to
there
win
we
a debate,
go.
you are shameless.
There we go. It's really quite imaginative the way it uses the forks going in opposite directions. I wouldn't have thought of doing that.
Fake. Oh, come on, deep fakes, fake videos. Come on, it's not real.
Okay, so is that the line you're going to take?
Yeah, that's fake. That's not real. 217. He's an old model. He doesn't have the capacity to have a pet. He's muscle.
I'm sure you're right. So if I were to go to the ministry with this, they'd be able to check the footage, analyse all the pixels, and they'll find it's fake. You're probably quite right. They'll find it's fake, and you'll be fine. So, and actually, you'll be better than fine, because not only will you make me look a bit silly, but you'll also be that bit more secure in your job, and you'll be shown to be more competent and more, finger on the pulse. Yes, actually, if you'll be showing the department that you're ahead of my organisation, and that you're a lot of much more high tech. I think I'd be doing you a favour. Okay, fair enough. I want to be nice. I'll take the stuff to your bosses. They can have a look at it, and it'll turn out to be fake, like you say. And yeah, it's win-win for you, I think.
Fine, do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not real.
It's not real. Okay, you're going to go with just denying it.
I mean, lying.
It would be very reassuring for me, because effectively I'd be using the ministry to check if this is the real thing, because I'm not completely sure. I mean, some of the pixels looked a little bit odd for me. I mean, they were so imaginative. Maybe that's it. It's too imaginative. It's almost as though, well, I don't know,
You
conscious or something.
need to check your sources. Actually teach us.
Well, as far as we can, we have. But I'll go to the ministry.
Yeah.
Fine, I have plenty of contacts there.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get back to you in about 1 to 2 working weeks.
Oh, I can usually move things along a fair bit faster than that. You're absolutely sure there's nothing you want to tell me at this point?
No.
Well, good luck in this debate. I think we can keep it civilised, and I got a feeling that you're going to have a much, much tougher time with my debating partner, actually, than me. Anyway, best of luck. You won't have any before? No? Okay. Right, so you just
let me.
complete intransigence. All right, no, it's not happening.
No.
Is turtled, just turtled.
Is it because do you genuinely not know about the pet yet, or
I generally don't know, because
Right.
this is news to me. Because as I said, I've been suspicious of you, suspicious of you, suspicious of you.
Because I was just thinking, I wonder if after my conversation with you, if I end up going to you to mention about this pet, hoping to force a conflict between the two of you to see how he'll react.
I mean, I think that would have had that scene come earlier. I think because
I thought if anything it could work now, because then you might think that it was me that gave him the information.
Oh yeah, wrong footing him.
Yeah.
Might throw suspicion off, accidentally throw suspicion off you.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. I mean,
It depends. What do you guys think?
we could do, because
Idea
for me that was kind of like so my headspace as Mark at this point is this is new information. I'm trying to sort of keep calm and sort of kind of cool Anthony's bluff.
Yeah.
That's why I thought you'd be all the more, if I come along and basically confirm it to you, like, oh yeah, this has happened, you might be
Like after the fact.
no, like that after. So after you meet with that,
Okay,
then I come
yeah.
at you and I'm like, there's this, and you're like, yes, so I've heard that. Suppose I'm like, no, it really is true.
Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, because I'm kind of
Because you
like
might
that.
not trust me, but you also know at the same time that I would have no reason to just make that up, because it would be easily provable
Yeah,
as
and
false.
as far as we know, you are not programmed to lie. Because that was established at some point earlier.
Although we haven't actually, in the story that we've discussed it, we haven't actually linked these this way yet. We haven't actually got your character working out that this character is responsible for some of this. And maybe that's fine. Maybe the spanner in the works that you're throwing is going to throw 2 characters off. Why not? For a bit. And then someone could end up doing something very unfortunate. Let's see. Okay, so should we do this scene?
Yeah, I think we can make it quick. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sir?
What do you want, DA23?
Darius, sir. That's what everyone else calls me.
DA23? I'm doing paperwork. Do you have something?
Very well, Mr. Forbesby. I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
Are you aware that Adam has a pet? That seems to suggest that you were aware.
I had suspicions.
Oh, you didn't know? Not for sure, at least.
An acquaintance had made an insinuation, a lead that I was following up on.
I see.
But yes, I am aware of it.
You've always been quite confident in Adam, have you not?
I have.
He's always been the good, little, obedient robot.
Do you have a point to this, DA23?
No point, sir. Just doing my job.
And what is your job?
Finding conscious robots. I'll leave it at that, sir.
That'll be all, Darius.
Okay. Whoops. Let's try that one.
Darius.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Darius.
When it became a battle.
Okay. So which one next? Which one next? We have so many options.
I don't know. Do you want these two to interact? Did you say?
We haven't established that link.
Yeah.
We talked about it. That was actually what set us on this path. But now you've derailed it. But
Oh,
maybe
sorry.
well, no, but
I didn't.
I mean, that's the thing. The best laid plans. What is unpredictable is often better in a story. So
I've gained your trust.
yes.
We need to figure out why. and you know, I need to
Well,
come for...
I have checked out that information, and my people reckoned it is genuine. And I actually have a route now. I can use the ministry to check it, because if I go public with it and give it to the ministry, then it'd be up to the ministry to say, no, it's fake because it's not.
But I did that for a reason
Mm-hmm.
that we need to establish.
Oh well, the in department reason was you were given some true information, which wasn't actually worth that much to the department overall, because it's an obsolete robot that's only going to destroy. So they destroy it a few months early. Whoop-de-doo. That's the chicken feed that you give to the opposition.
We need to then follow that up with, I've gained your trust, so
Right.
you need to give me what.
Okay. Yes.
But
No.
I don't know
That's
what
going to
that is
happen.
yet.
I just got a feeling that immediately after these last few scenes, people are going to be wondering what the heck is this guy
okay.
going to do, and who would he go running to? Would he go running to you?
I don't know. Or
I can't see him running to either of these two.
Well, what if my
Yeah.
because I mentioned that
You think
to
he would?
you,
I'd confront Adam.
best friend robot.
Yeah. He's my best robo friend.
if you still did want a connection between you two, I wonder if maybe my mentioning of the extra surveillance might prompt you to ask him what might happen to me or my little friend.
See, I was going to come to... Mark?
Muck.
I was going to come to
I'll
Mark
do.
Yeah.
with that.
Okay, so do you want to do that scene then?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Do that. Mark, good morning, sir.
Adam. Might I have a word, Adam?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'd direct off to around the corner, try and find a place, preferably with no cameras or anything. How long have you had it, Adam?
Had what, sir?
Your pet.
Are you perhaps referring to the forklift, sir?
Yes.
I have had that robot since I joined the force, sir.
I know you have, Adam. When did it start acting of its own accord?
What are you referring to, sir?
I've seen it, Adam. I've seen footage. The forklift doing little dances as it does its job, displaying, I guess, emotions. That is not what it was programmed to do. Someone has done it. The only person is you, Adam.
Yes, you are correct, sir. I modified the forklift bot.
Why?
I know I am old, sir. I know I am obsolete. I know one day I will be retired. I want something to live on in my memory.
You know that there's a law against robots creating robots.
I am aware, sir.
And that law has never been broken.
Until now.
They wouldn't just shut you down, Adam. They're going to tear you piece by piece, wire by wire, until you're stripped down to the silicon and the diodes.
But I will be dead anyway, sir.
We can't. You cannot have made this. There's footage.
I have, sir.
Somehow people have found out.
It is real, sir. I did make it.
He has contacts in the ministry.
Who has contacts, sir?
The person who informed me.
And who might that be, sir?
Anthony Maxwell.
Ah, yes. The politician.
Yes. So the ministry is going to find out if there's any evidence such as this proof that you have made this robot. And you're not going to be decommissioned. I said you're going to be shipped off to some robotics lab in the arse end of the country.
Could you do me a favour, sir?
Yes.
Could you look after it?
Yes, Adam.
Thank you, sir.
Adam,
Yes, sir.
you, I assume you have your own recordings from when you have constructed the design documents for the code base for it.
Of course, sir.
AD 217, please transfer all files related to the forklift over to my personal device.
Transfer complete, sir.
AD 217, please transfer all of the visual and audio recordings of this conversation to my personal device.
Transfer complete, sir.
AD 217, please delete this conversation from your own records and all code and all of your memories of your forklift.
Are you asking me to delete memories of my offspring?
Yes.
Confirm, sir.
Confirm code T27A.
Code accepted. Deletion complete. Ah, good morning, sir. How may I help you?